Hi guys, it's me, CtrlShiftCreate, and today is New Year's Eve, which is absolutely amazing. In just a few days, it will be the start of 2013, which is awesome. So I figured today I would bring you my personal favorite top 5 mods of 2012. And these are just my favorites. I'm going to be skipping things like too many items because obviously everyone's just seen them before. They're no longer original, so I'm just going to leave them out and do ones perhaps you haven't seen before. Unless you're one of my subscribers, which I have reviewed most of these before, and they are all really awesome. Now, before I go on with the video, I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed, because I've just passed 800, I think I'm on 804 at the moment. But I would love to set a challenge, which is to get 1,000 by New Year's Day, which would be absolutely amazing. So if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and click the subscribe button, and that will just make this year amazing. Now, the first mod I have to show you is the Inventory Tweaks mod, which I think not many people have seen. It's in Tekkit, so if you played Tekkit, obviously you've seen it. But it's really useful. Basically, just by pressing R, you can actually just rearrange your inventory, and I know this needs to be done all the time because your inventory gets so cluttered so quickly. So if you just press R, as you can see, it will sort your inventory out, and you can just grab any item. It puts them in numerical order, and it'll also stack things which can. So if I separate these two iron bars and press R, they should just stack together, or not, because that's, there we go. As you can see, they just stacked for me, which is really cool. As you can see, I'm actually wearing a cape. I wasn't planning on reviewing this mod, but seeing as I'm actually using it at the moment, I figured I could just show you. So the cape mod, that's been around since Minecon, and that's absolutely awesome. It's just like one of those little graphical things which just satisfies you to look at it. Now the Inventory Tweaks mod can do more. Repair Friendly Refill. Basically, I'll just skip that one and go to Auto Refill. Basically, if your tool breaks, it will just switch you to one that you can use. So if you're using a diamond pickaxe, that one breaks. It will then swap you around to another pickaxe if you've got one in your inventory. That will go with the same, so if you're putting down stacks of wood and you run out of wood, it will switch to a different stack of wood if you've got it in your inventory, which again is really useful. That are the main things that this mod does, but the way it does it is just so useful and it helps so much. As you can see, if you press R, it will not affect your hotbar, which is useful because obviously you don't want that just swapping around because you want that to stay the same. Okay, so this is one of the best mods I've actually seen in a long time. It's called the Mutant Creatures mod, and it's exactly that. Now, I've reviewed this mod before in 2 parts, one for each of the creatures, but now there is a third. It's called the Mutant Enderman. It's not finished being coding yet, as you can tell, because it doesn't really do much. Even if you do attack it, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't have any special attacks as of yet, but just by looking at it and its 6 arms, you can probably tell there is something big lined up for this mob, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So I'll move quickly on to our other two, which is this one I will go for first, is the Mutant Zombie. And he's pretty big and scary, and he's quite loud, so I'm going to turn the sound down a bit so we can actually hear me over his growling. And he kind of looks like the Hulk. Well, I take back that kind of, he just does look like the Hulk. He is big and scary and just plain awesome. And if you hit him, he will do his attacks on you. As you can see there, he just kind of lighted up the floor, lit up the floor with some weird particle effects. As you can see there. He does have some other attacks, which I hope he will show us. So let's just keep hitting him and see if he does it. He doesn't seem pretty tough, but trust me, I'd be dead by now if I was on single player. I tried to defeat him without being on creative mode, and it's pretty difficult. So yeah, that's my favorite attack. He will just launch you up into the air and hit you down. It's absolutely amazing. And there we go, I've managed to kill him. And as you can see, he looks pretty dead, just lying on the floor. But he's not actually dead. He will actually stand straight back up. And that is because you have to finish him off. And to do that, you need a flint and steel. So I'll just quickly grab myself one of them and pop that in, and we will finish him off. Now, he's still a bit low on health. He doesn't come back full health. And then you have to just light him on fire, like so, and hopefully he will die. You can see he's kind of fading away, and there we go, he has died. And he has dropped me, very friendly, a Hulk hammer. And you can use this, it has the same attack as he showed us a second ago. And I've found some sort of, is that a skeleton in armor? So let's just try it out on him. And there, one hit. 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits. So he's a pretty tough skeleton, because usually that would just kill a normal skeleton in 1 hit, because it's pretty powerful. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not powerful. It used to be powerful. I guess they've kind of downgraded it a bit, because it used to be a bit overpowered. But hey, you can still kill a chicken in 1 hit. Now the next one is the mutant creeper, and again, it's just as awesome looking and big and scary, and it has awesome walking animations, and look at its face, it just looks like a huge creeper. So if we hit him, hopefully, yep, here we go. His first attack is his melee, which kind of just basically headbutts you. And if we keep hitting him, I'm hoping he will do one of his other attacks. Let's just keep hitting him anytime now. Well, he's flashing white, so I haven't seen this one before. This one must be no. Is it some... Okay, I don't know what that was, whether it was going to be some sort of timed explosive if I kept hitting him. But he does also do an awesome jumping attack. Yeah, there we go, right on cue. And he will just land on you, and you will explode. That would have killed me straight away. And it just makes a huge hole in the ground, which looks really cool. Now, if I can just finish him off now, before I do, he has this last attack. Once he's dying, he will just turn white and suck everything in towards him. And if you get caught in that, you will die, because the explosion is huge. So I'm just warning you. Here we go, this is it. I've got to try and pull away now. But as you can see, he's sucking me towards him. And there we go, that's his big explosion. Now, usually you can pull away, but I got a little bit too close and he killed me. Now, he has dropped this, which is a... I've forgotten what it's called. It's something like a creeper egg or something. But if you hit it, kind of exploded, and you saw some gunpowder there. Now, sometimes you can actually pick that up. And if you do pick it up, I'm going to see if I can just find it in my inventory here. I'm not sure what it's called. But sometimes it will give you one of these, which is called a creeper shard. Or you can wear that little thing on your head as a hat, which is still pretty cool. But the creeper shard is basically an explosive device. If you right click, everything will explode. But it usually has a charging bar. So to charge up, you need to kill lots of enemies and get XP, and then it'll be fully charged. But usually, if it's only like half charged, it won't do an explosion anywhere as near as big as that. Okay, so the next mod is the Armor Movements mod, and this mod, basically what it does is it gives you loads of different pieces of armor, and each one has their own little effect. So flippers, as you can probably tell, they will make you swim faster in water, but you will then walk slower on land, because if you've ever tried walking in flippers, you'll know it's quite hard. So as you can see, if you sprint, this isn't actually quite as fast as you'd normally sprint. But then if you go into the water, this is a lot faster than you would normally swim. So I guess that cancels out if you're going on a long kind of swimming ride. But who knows, you might have a need for flippers. We have mountain boots, and these are pretty cool. Basically they give you the same effect as spiders. So if you walk at a wall, you can basically use any block as a ladder, which is pretty neat. And pretty useful if you've like got one of those extreme hills and you want to just navigate it without having to destroy blocks. And I think that would be a pretty cool feature in adventure mode, because it means you can just get up hills without having to destroy blocks, as I said. We have a scuba helmet, and as you can see, you can equip more than one of these at a time. So I'm just going to put on this life vest. No, I can't do the life vest and the scuba helmet at the same time, because the scuba helmet, as you can see, you can hold your breath underwater forever. But if I put the life vest on, obviously, you will stay above the water without having to press space. It's a little bit buggy, as you can see the screen just randomly flashes blue, but it will stop you from going underwater most of the time. So that's really kind of useful, because I know I don't always want to be holding down space. Okay, so there are more, I'm not going to show you all of them, but the parachute, if you basically just fly up high, and then if I just drop down and press F, as you can see, it will gradually just slow your descent. F is the key which will basically commit all the changes. So if I press F, you won't take damage no matter how high you fall from. The glider is pretty similar. The texture on that looks pretty cool. It doesn't look as cool when you're wearing it, but it looks pretty cool there. And if I fly up now, and then, hold on, just fall and press F, you can actually glide around pretty fast. It's kind of like, not quite as good as flying, but you can see what I mean. Now there's a grappling hook, and that just like It can kind of... Did it just teleport me, it looked like? I'm not entirely sure what it does. I haven't actually seen this one before. This one's brand new. So why not just go ahead and play around with this and see what you can get it to do. We also have a parachute. I just showed you that. Mountain boots, flippers, and spring boots. Basically, I think these are the ones... yeah, as you can see, if I press space, you can jump a long way and you don't take any full damage, which is pretty cool. You can jump about, I think it's 4 blocks high, or it might be 5. Let's just see if we can jump up to here. Now, what would be nice is if you could equip maybe the spring boots and these mountain boots at the same time. That would be like the ultimate parkour thing. But as you can see, we also have some ice skates. Over here we have more. We have Heelys, which are really glitchy. We have a jetpack, which I think there's some sort of fuel for that, so I'm not going to go through that because it's all a bit complicated. If you watch my video on my channel about this mod, you can go into more depth. Okay, so this mod, also for Minecraft 1.4.6, is called the Bloody Screen mod, and basically what it does is if you take damage, or if you take some sort of harmful potion, your screen will actually light up in a color. So the best way for me to show you this is to actually show you it. So if I just go down to game mode 0 here, whilst I'm stood next to this cactus, as you can see, as I take damage, as my health gets lower, you'll start to see in a second that my screen will actually start turning pink with a really cool pink effect. So if we just wait, as you can see, it's starting to turn pink now, whilst I'm only on like 1 heart, and as I gain health it starts to fade away, but the less health you have, the lower it goes. So once you're on half a heart, that's the strongest it will actually stay on. So if I go down to half a heart now, gotta try not to die here, that's 1 heart. So as you can see, it's kind of just pink. There are splatters of blood on your screen, and really, it kind of just looks really cool. It just gives you an extra visual effect that you're actually in pain, and that's what these mods are more about. These aren't really complicated mods, but these are mods that just add that little benefit to your Minecraft and makes it more fun. So if I take a potion here, this is a splash potion of poison, and if I throw this down, as you can see, my screen has actually turned green, as green is kind of the colour for poison, and if I just drink this milk so I don't die. The next one is the potion of slowness. If I drink that, as you can see, my screen is kind of turned a little bit purpley. It's kind of faint, it's not as strong as the red death colour. It's kind of a bit more friendly, I suppose. And the last one is the potion of weakness. So that's kind of like dark purple. Obviously, they're nasty colours for nasty kind of effects. This mod, I actually really like this. I reviewed it a while back, and it kind of reminds me of the heads-up display you get in Call of Duty. Obviously, once you're getting shot at, your screen starts turning red, and it's kind of like an RPG kind of effect, and I think it's really cool. Okay, so the last mod is actually one of my favourites, and it's called the Not in Minecraft mod, and basically what it does is it puts in all of the things that Notch and Jeb maybe plan to put in Minecraft, but then change their mind for some reason, and then this mod, as I said, just goes ahead and shoves those things in. So for an example, we have a ruby pickaxe and a ruby sword, all of the ruby armor. You can get ruby ore and you can get rubies, so as you can tell, it just adds all of those. It adds loads of different things. As you can see, there's a chair block, which if you go ahead and put down, obviously you get a chair. There we go, and I can kind of see why they didn't put that in, if I'm honest, because a chair's never really going to fit in, and it doesn't seem to let me sit on it. I'm not too sure why. This one is a nether core reactor, which I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually heard of that. I've heard of most of the things, and this is probably my favourite. It's the classic bow. I must say I completely miss this because I love the days when if you just saw a creeper, you could just rapid fire right click and literally just kill the creeper just so easily. It was amazingly overpowered, but yeah, it was still really fun, and that's what I think the main thing is. This one is a fish, and as you can see, he doesn't look too happy not in the water. There's some water over here, which is good. He's not doing... Oh, there we go. He's swimming a bit now. He's swum into a wall. As you can see, I think these should be in Minecraft already. They're really cool. They're just like little people who just swim around not doing very much. I don't know why they're not in Minecraft. They need to be put in soon. This one is a whale, and again, I think this one's really cool. It's a bit too shallow from here, but he's not really big enough to be a whale. He's about 4 blocks long, maybe 3. and 2 blocks high, so not exactly huge, but still he looks cool. What would be nice if you could actually stand on him and ride him through the sea, but unfortunately you can't do that. Now, maybe I shouldn't have spawned a whale in a kind of pond. I feel a bit bad now. This one is a spawn giant, and they always kind of planned on putting a giant in. I don't know if they ever actually got around to it, but I know on servers you can spawn them in, and I think with too many items you can actually spawn them in as well. But this mod will actually make them spawn naturally, which is pretty cool. And here we go, this is our giant who will just like lumber around, not doing much. He'll attack you, but he can't really do very much. He can just about walk into you. Okay, so our next one is a ranner. Not a clue what that is. It's just some weird kind of person who can walk without moving their legs. I can't say I've heard of this. It kind of looks a bit small next to that giant. It doesn't really seem to do anything. It just kind of looks nice though, I can't lie. Whoever made this design obviously put a lot of detail into making that because it looks really cool. There are other things like a crying obsidian, and now I was on the Minecraft wiki and I read about this. It didn't say very much, but a crying obsidian was something that I thought looked pretty cool. We've got a quiver, which is obviously something you store your arrows in. I'm not sure if it actually works. I don't know, maybe if you can put it on your back, that'd be pretty cool. No, you can't put it on your back. That'd be pretty cool if you could, though. Obviously, carrying your arrows around on your back wouldn't take up a slot in your inventory. Maybe it would let you stack them to 200 or something. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, but there are loads of other things. On the thread page, probably the biggest thing it showed off are these people. We have a monster spawner of a Steve. I couldn't find spawn eggs for some reason. A black Steve, a beast boy. Those are the 3 there. So if I just put these down, let's see if one spawns. Yep, here we go. This is a beast boy. Never heard of it. I'm not sure what it's meant to be doing. Doesn't seem to do much. It just kind of stands around, looks around. This is a black Steve. I never really imagined Steve looking like this though. They kind of just stand still on one leg. I think there must be something wrong with this mod. But most of it works. It's just these people don't for some reason. Now that guy is kind of annoying me. And this one is just the monster spawner of Steve. And I don't know why Steve looks like this. I imagine these must have been from really early on in alpha. But I think they're pretty cool. Just have them wandering around your world. Maybe if they drop something, that would make the mod a little bit more interesting. So this is the final mod. It's probably one of my favorites I've seen around. It needs a little bit of work, but as you can see, there are more things. We have all these colored wools. We have a lantern. That's a bit glitchy. We have, where was it? We have a cyan flower. Now I think I'll show you that before I end, because this one's really cool. It's in Pocket Edition. If you've got Pocket Edition, I haven't personally, but I know it's in it. And I don't know why they're not in Minecraft. I mean, they look really cool. And I think that's what most of the mods in Minecraft are about, just making things look so much better and making them seem so much better. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look a bit weird with this armor on, so I'm just going to take it off. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's see if we can get those 200 subscribers. Control, signing out.